Episode 102. Greedy. Yes, a lot more than people think. For the emperor, greed was like a genetic trait passed down from generation to generation. However, the current emperor, Jovan's, had a more distinct nature. But if so, he should have collected more taxes. What if Emperor Jovanna said, "This year I won't collect taxes in the East and take care of the people"? But there would be another way to benefit. Another way? Servery Ging. This is the current status of the amount of grain possessed by the important companies of the empire. It's part of Violet's report that came up today. Take a look. There are some familiar names. There is our pellet company. Lombardi's is ranked no. 4, right? Yes, but what clue does this contain? Even if his pride is hurt, he can't seem to hold back his curiosity. Not long ago, Lombardi was the second on the list. But why did it fall like this? Unless the warehouse suddenly caught fire, or selling in bulk to someone that's right. Lombardi sold a significant amount of the grain it had to. Other companies. This company, Red Company. I've never heard of this name before. Maybe. It's a newly created company this time. How would it be possible to have so much food? Our pellet company sold a significant amount to them. Why? Selling right now would be a huge loss. Think about it. Who would have the financial power to buy this much grain at once as a newly created company? Could it be? Yes. The Red Company belongs to Emperor Jovan's. What? And the Red Company is planning to expand to the Far East with the help of Lombardi. Ha! Ha! I understand your feelings. It would be annoying to be unable to see the whole picture because you didn't know just one piece of information. I admit, I have completely lost. I don't intend to comfort you after winning, but it's not because your ability isn't good enough. It's just that the level of information isn't high yet. On the other hand, I knew more about internal affairs. Also, one more difference is, you are just someone who collects information from the outside, but I'm the one who directly intervenes in things that can become important information. Who directly intervenes? I'm a person with the ability to create information. The fact that I'm in direct contact with Emperor Jovan's and my grandfather. Actually, this is my advantage not only over Beat, but also over anyone else. Who would have predicted that Lombardi would sell the grain they had even at a loss? What's the reason? My grandfather hates losing as much as I do. To the point of stepping on Anjana's. Would I have done the same? He seems to have leaned towards me. How is it, Beat? Would you like to work with me? If I had Beat and Caramel Avenue on my side, it would be a great achievement. So I'm going to put out another bait. While you're working with me, rent is free. Tab's great, let's do it. Such a big fish. Good chance. I look forward to working with you, landlord. Let's work hard, Beat. The cold winter passed. The warm weather began with flowers blooming profusely. Even at the age of 12, my daily life didn't change much. For the time being, I think we need to slightly increase the sales volume of grain. Next month, the spring harvest will begin in the east. Go ahead, Claravan. Yes, I will make a final report on food sales soon. As expected, Claravan is good at work. Though, even if I don't say anything, he'll solve everything neatly. Sometimes I feel sorry that I don't do too much. I want to be of some help. Not long ago, Violet told me, Crowley was reducing his workload because of arthritis. Yes, that's why I decided to bring 2 more of Crowley's disciples to the imperial capital to set up a workshop. The location is a luxury home near a jewelry store. All right? He's already taken all the necessary steps. So, what can I do is, Estera ointment is effective for arthritis, so bring some of it. I didn't even think about it. As expected, you have a kind heart. Oh, how's Beat doing these days? Beat signed a contract with me as a kind of partner. It was a contract to provide me with good information collected at Caramel Avenue, while we sponsored Beat for a certain amount of building and management expenses. He doesn't have to pay the monthly rent, so he seems to be relaxed. The dessert store staff he hired last time are all used to their work, so he can focus on gathering information. The quality of the information suddenly improved, so it is. It's a good thing. I have one more thing to discuss. There is too much money sitting idle among the pellet company's assets. Investing in Gallahan clothing stores is judged inefficient. Recently, I've been busy opening new businesses, but I've never checked exactly how much I've earned. Ami, that rich clarivan? Including the profits from this Eastern trade deal, the pellet company has already become one of the top 5 companies in the empire. Already. Yeah, diamond mines and the East deal were all high-profit businesses. Not only that, but there's also investment in the Gallahan clothing store and Lombardi's. Wow, as you pointed out, the real estate you invested in has gone up in price too. That's all what you have done. But that's right. You are really amazing. It is my honor to be by your side. I feel a bit embarrassed to hear this compliment directly, but I'm still proud. It feels like we've reached a certain level of stability. Then I'll have to deal with what I've been determined to do for quite a while. Now, I think I should prepare for my debut. What did you say? Why are you so surprised, Claravan? Episode 103. Your debut. Is it the debut that I know? Okay, that's right. Is there another kind? I'm leaving. Kring karu konkran away. Huh? What's wrong? Tia, what's going on? I just heard something strange from Sir Claravan. You're preparing for your debut. Why is it strange? Yes, that's right. You're still young? After all, the debut takes place between the ages of 12 and 15. I want to quickly finish what I'm about to do. However, making a debut quickly is only for nobles from small families who have to get married in a hurry. You don't need to hurry, right? Should I explain? But Tia, all of a sudden. What do? You mean by the debut? You are here, Grandpa. I heard it wrong, didn't I? Right, Tia? No, you heard it right. I'm trying to prepare for my debut. Why are you in such a hurry? It's never too late to do that. Are they afraid someone would say they're not a blood relation of each other? Their reactions are so similar. However, it's a gateway that every noble woman must pass through at some point. A debut was a kind of procedure where you officially showed your face to the existing social circle and introduced yourself by saying, "Please take good care of me in the future." It was not such an essential gateway. I lived without a debut in my previous life. But it's better to do it if the circumstances allow. It's easy to make my face known at once, so I'm going to do it quickly. Is there any reason why I should make my debut later? Well, as a father, I feel sorry and proud that you have been able to do everything by yourself. But if you made your debut, I would feel that you've grown up. Do you have the same reason? There's nothing good about stepping into a noisy and talkative social circle early. Yes, Tia. As your grandfather said, you don't have to hurry. I will make my debut this season. Maybe I don't go to events outside, so it's uncomfortable that many people don't know. Me. Sometimes I get ignored. Who dares ignore my granddaughter? If that happened, you should have told me. If more people knew my face after my debut, that wouldn't happen. That's why I want to do it quickly. If that's the reason as expected, a debut is a good solution. I knew it would be okay to say this. Debut. Debut. This time, I will hold the biggest banquet so you can have a proper debut. It's my grandpa. I don't have the strength to explain again. Hey! Would you like to have dinner together? In the end, Shannon, who had been following the twins, joined us for dinner. Everyone sat around the table, ignoring my granddaughter in the first place. Bad-natured things. What? Who dared ignore Tia? That's why she's trying to make her debut. It wasn't such a big deal. Last time I went to the stable on the outskirts. That guy? The guy who was condescending to you, right? What's his name? No, don't say it. Case Angenas. How dare Angenas disrespect my granddaughter and even condescend to her? Oh my, it's a big deal. The name Angenas enhanced my grandfather's fighting power. No way, bastards. I will make it the grandest debut so nobody dares do such a thing to my granddaughter in the future. The most honorable debut is the debut ball hosted by the imperial family. Only once a year, only those who are invited on a strict basis can enter the social circle there. Yeah, I think I've heard of it. That expression means I knew Gallahan would know about it. The imperial debut ball is distinctly different from other debuts. First of all, the number of participants is limited to less than 10. The participants are not on a first-come, first-served basis, but invited by the imperial family according to strict standards. Yes, Shannon, you made your debut there. However, as I said, it's a debut that is as demanding as it is honorable. If you want Tia to make the most attention-grabbing debut, there's no better opportunity than the imperial ball. After all, it's such beneficial advice befitting someone who is experienced and once dominated the social circle. Shannon was right. There were several debut balls hosted by nobles in the social circle, but the best among them was the imperial debut ball. The girls who officially debuted in the social circle there were at a different starting line from others. In particular, the method of selection was unique. Those who wanted to participate in the imperial debut ball that year had to write a letter introducing themselves and send it to the organizer. Other than that, there was nothing that people and families who wanted to participate could do. Just waiting to be chosen. Girls from high-ranking noble families were often chosen, but this was not always the case. Occasionally, one was chosen because of her kind heart in her letter, or because it was the daughter of a family that was not very powerful but had a long history. The number of participants varied each time. Sometimes they filled up with 10 people. Sometimes they wouldn't hold a debut ball if there weren't enough applicants. Because of this, everyone was keenly curious about who would make their debut at the imperial ball every year. It's a perfect debut for Tia. It should be that much. I've never been to an imperial debut ball. Definitely go on the day when Tia makes her debut. Well, I don't like to make them fall from the clouds, but someone has to tell them the reality. Everyone doesn't seem to know. The imperial debut ball will be held in 2 months, right? Of then the application deadline was over a long time ago, wasn't it? Episode 104. I truly wanted a debut that would mark my face properly. This year's participants haven't been announced yet, but it's probably too late. Even if there was time left, it wouldn't be possible to guarantee that I would be chosen. What? Why are they just staring at me without saying anything? Why are you looking at me like that? It might be possible. Yes, that's right. Because it's Tia. It was strange for me to instantly expect a proper reason from the twins. You will probably be chosen. Would they accept it? Someone, please explain to these people. It will be possible if you write and send a letter expressing your desire to participate. Even Shannon. However, even Shannon said so, I was swayed a bit. Really? Of course. Because you're from Lombardi. Right. On the imperial side, if they saw Lombardi's young lady make her debut somewhere else, their pride would be hurt. Don't worry and send a letter. What Shannon says is infinite trust. Yes, I'll give it a try. No contact for 2 weeks. I sent it. I shouldn't have sent it. It's embarrassing. Don't be too disappointed. Just wait a little longer. No. I think that's it. Still, this is too much. Have they read it? Heck, I'm miserable. Lady Florentia, it's the butler, come in. A letter from the Imperial Palace to you. A brown envelope. It was not the gold that the Emperor used, the purple that the Empress used, or the pink that Paris used. We would like to invite Lady Florentia Lombardi to the Imperial Debut Ball. The first meeting of the participants will be held on the date and time below, so please attend. Here you are, my lord. Well, how's it going? The second prince is waiting in the drawing room. This way, please. Is it worth taking care of him? Sometimes I wish the second prince would be a bit more like a child. Well, that's his personality. But if you get tired of this, come to Lombardi anytime. Your seat will always be vacant. Thank you, my lord. Please come in. Mongo.com, long time no see. I received a report from Catherine on Perez's latest status, and on how many times the Empress attendants had come and gone to this palace. As if the Empress was trying to irritate and then send him to the academy. I heard that every day she came directly or had someone ask him to write an application for admission. In the meantime, he had managed to block it somehow. But just ignoring it and pretending not to hear it was the limit. 50. Catherine wanted me to intervene, at least formally as his guardian. Why are you? Insisting on not going to the academy? He hasn't broken the habit of keeping his mouth shut like a seashell. Now I don't want to go. If he was my grandson, I would have beaten him. But if I beat the prince in the Imperial Palace, it would be too much trouble to clean it up afterward, so I couldn't do it. What is the reason? Will not be pushed out of this Imperial Palace. Pretty strong, but if you don't want to get pushed out, is this the best you can do? At least I may not give the Empress what she wants. That's not the answer to my question. Bio, those red eyes are no different from when he was a child. I tried to use him as a tool to thoroughly overshadow Empress Ravini, but he was my beloved granddaughter's best friend. She praised him whenever she had a chance, so my heart became soft without knowing it. Do you think you can fight against the Empress and Angenes while staying in the Imperial Palace? There's nothing I can't do. What a wild dream. Oh, you can hinder and distress them both. To sit on the throne, you could be a pesky stone. That gets in the way of every step they take. However, the stone can't prevent Angenes from sitting on the throne. Do you want revenge? Then take away what they want most. That's revenge. What they want most. Episode 105. Ah, is that her? From Lombardi. Yes, I heard nothing about her attending this time. What's that? They don't even come to see me, but just whisper to each other. that makes my intention to say hello first disappear. She has finally arrived. I'm the head maid of the royal palace, Ponta Impigra. You ladies can call me Ponta, working as the head maid since the times of the previous king for 40 years. It was also during that time she became the great tree of the nobles when talking about the royal coming-of-age ceremony. Even Queen Lavinie has to change in front of her. Somehow she can make others feel nervous, not because of her sharp or cold look, even though I didn't have a chance to meet her in person in my previous life. But of course, the more power someone who has in the high position, the more they fond of people who are resistant and not arrogant. If so, oh ho! I'm just an old lady with nothing. But it's my honor to instruct the ladies here to prepare for your coming-of-age ceremony. For the ladies' successful debut to the high society. Please keep in mind that from now on, you all must follow the etiquette as it's the coming-of-age ceremony. I have heard a lot about, madam. That. My name is Maeve Kaporia. Madam Ponta? Did I do something wrong? It seems that this head maid won't give us the answer easily. But these ladies, they're afraid of stepping ahead because Lady Kaporia, who normally leads them, is being embarrassed like that. As expected, the head maid doesn't have great expectations either. Then, please keep in mind that from now on, you all must follow the etiquette as it's the coming-of-age ceremony. The thing that she wants is that our greeting to be in accordance with royal etiquette. Oh ho! What's your name? Florentia Lombardi, dear head maid Impigra. Actually, it doesn't matter to call Madam Ponta like Kaporia. But for a head maid who has worked for 40 years, I want to use the expression of respect for the elder. I had a short time being in charge of everything of the Lombardi mansion, so I know how hard this is. So, you're Lady Lombardi. What perfect royal etiquette. Did you study royal etiquette in the Lombardi family? Ooh. Not really. I happened to have a chance to go to the palace, so I was taught by my aunt. If it's your aunt. Miss Shannon. She is one of the outstanding young people recently to have a royal debut. You have a very good instructor. Thank you, madam. Well, everyone has been chosen to debut the high society in the royal ball. It's a great honor. But the royal ball's reputation comes from its rigorous standards and no tolerance for any mistakes. So in the future, everyone must gather here, twice a week to study for the ceremony. Twice a week. Though I know this is gonna be tired, but since this is the first official debut of the high society of the Lambrew Kingdom, so you cannot be negligent. Wow, just listening to her powerful voice makes me feel like I've done something wrong. But after all, the most important purpose of the high society is not bragging about being the best. There'll be places for the nobles of the kingdom to exchange and learn from each other. So the first step to integration is the most important. As expected from the royal palace headmaid, she sure has a straightforward and organized perspective. Since today is the first day, everyone will have a tea party together and have time to get to know each other. We will prepare the tea and the food, so please wait a moment. To be honest, because I'm from Clarivan, so those who worked with me always be nice, and I'm used to it. Just thinking about the little number of parties that I've attended, all in nobles, were fidgety because they couldn't talk to me. So now those restrained glaring is really... So this is the high society. New. It's like another aspect of the high society that I couldn't experience in my previous life, so I'm a bit excited. Lady Lombardi. You can just call me Lady. Ah, yes. Lady Lombardi. I'm Tiliana Getwell from the East. Eh? Getwell? If it's that Tiliana, then, if possible, can you teach me the etiquette you did just now? Episode 106. If it's all right with you, can you teach me the greeting etiquette you just did? It's not a difficult request. I thought Chief Handmaiden Impigray could teach you that. That's right, but for some reason, your greeting was just so elegant and beautiful. That's probably because of Shanet's influence. Even if the greeting is the same, it might seem different to each person. You can say no if it's inconvenient. But please, my family decided to come to the Imperial Palace from the Far East for my debutante. I want to show them how well I'm doing. It sounds like she made the excuse up, but it's true. She's not someone who can just say anything on the spot. I'll buy you something delicious. All right then. I didn't say yes because I wanted the food. I just thought I'd teach her anyway. The end. Really? Lady Lombardi. It's Maid Taporia. She greeted the Chief Handmaiden not too long ago. The Kaporia clan is a member of the Noble Association. They're also one of the oldest families in the Empire. Recently, Madame Kaporia started working as the Empress' close subordinate. I also heard she has great influence in elite circles. Wasn't she so alert around me just now? The sun's shining through the window, so it's warm. She didn't even look at Tiliana. She's trying to exclude her from the conversation. She's pretending to be all right, but she's clearly not. I'm good. Yeah, huh? She must have thought I'd jump at the opportunity to join her. Although I don't have any experience in an aristocratic society, I'm not that naive. If I left Tiliana to come there, there's no way those ladies who are so close to each other would let me join. I have a cold. I think it's better to stay here. I don't really have a cold. Estira gave me great medicines, but the nobles love to reject others like this. Just like moments ago when Lady Kaporia used sunshine as an excuse. Honestly, it's not a serious illness. What cold? Maybe you should get sick within a week and ruin the debutante. Thank you for inviting me. Lady Katarina. Please excuse me. Yam. I can see she's agitated since I called her by the wrong name. My lady, let's go together. Kid, you're still green behind the ears. You can't. I said it was my first time in the elite world, not the first time being 12. My prince, you have a guest. I told you I won't be meeting any guests in the Poilac Palace. He was so miserable for a long while because of the people the Empress sent. Please meet the guest, just once. Who is it? Injab Tirje Tigripogen Lurkus. It's the Imperial Palace's chief handmaiden, Ponta Impigra. If it's Ponta Impagra, she's one of the people who are at odds with the Empress. Let her in. Greetings, Your Highness the Second Prince. Indeed, they look similar. May I suggest something, Your Highness? Perfect, Lady Lombardi. Perfect. Eek. Wow, you sure are different. It's so amazing. This happens all the time, whenever we practice for the debutantes. Being complimented so often like this is getting boring, huh? I'm flattered. It's all thanks to Chief Handmaiden Impegra's great lessons. That's right. I didn't know being a socialite suited me so much. It's like a battlefield without swords. A place where today's winner will be tomorrow's losers. I was worried because I heard horrible rumors about the aristocrats. But I guess my sword was sharper than I thought. She was just pushing me forward. Yu Yon Yon. I'm not sure I should be glad about winning against such young ladies like this. But anyway, the chief handmaiden now has a good impression of me. Great, everything's according to plan. Can you give me your tips? I thought that you were just good at everything. But how did you even perform so perfectly at the banquet? There are morning and afternoon rehearsals for the debutante. And the morning class was about speech. Since they're all born into noble families, they know the basics. But more lessons are needed for the debutante and the future. However, it's especially difficult for Tiliana. Nobody talks that way in the East. It's so frustrating to be around the bush. Can't I just say that I'm tired when I don't want to? Dance? What's with the excuses about my shoes and the makeup? I don't get it. Lady Tiliana grew up in the East, where the people have a strong temperament, so she's straightforward. I might become the rudest lady in the history of imperial debutantes. I think the most important thing is to always smile. People won't think that you're rude, right? Is that so? It's nice not having to learn all the ways to speak properly. Lady Jitterwell. The flowers on the walls don't need to be difficult to refuse.
Friends, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to create new videos. Thank you for watching me.